I was absent on Tuesday in class, so that's why I look rough, and that's why this is late. So, good evening. This is Eco Alert News bringing you a story from the Pearland River. In an alarming turn of events, a cargo ship has accidentally released 1,000 specimens of a non-native freshwater fish species into our river system. The species breeds rapidly and has caused significant ecological disruption in regions where it has been introduced to. Experts are now racing to assess the impacts immediately and potentially long-term consequences of the impacts of this new species being introduced. This is a story that we'll be monitoring and watching closely. And then now I'm the field reporter. As we dig deeper into the situation, the release of these non-native fish has raised multiple concerns. The immediate effects could be bad because these invasive species are highly adaptable and they could quickly outcompete the fish that are native to the habitat, and eventually long term it could lead to the decline or possibly extinction of the local native species. In the long term, there could be a total collapse of the local food chain. These fish will disrupt the native populations of plants, and aquatic creatures could go all through the ecosystem. In terms of economics, the fishing industry is probably going to suffer because these invasive species could affect commercial and recreational fishing. And not just fisheries, but agriculture and tourism and communities will all be affected by this. Some of the native species at risk are the fish populations, some of the plants, and water insects. And to mitigate this, the response plan includes immediate containment efforts, increased monitoring, and public education. The important thing, though, is to look at our response plan in response to these native fish and our energy consumption. So the energy resources that we could use have a significant environmental impact. We can see fossil fuels like diesel and gasoline for all these equipment and non-renewables can help the emission from the air pollution. And here's a quick graph to just show you the renewable energy emissions versus fossil fuels. Yeah. However, there's ways to reduce our carbon footprint. Either solar power monitoring stations and remote sensors that could track the spread of the species, and more sustainable alternative ways to help reduce it. And finally, to prevent events like this from happening again, we need stricter regulations and harder inspection protocols for cargo ships. All vessels should have management plans that are strict to make sure that no more invasive species gets onto the cargo ships and could potentially infest the waters of the native species. We must incorporate energy efficient practices in all conservation networks. Thank you again. This is a developing situation. We'll be closely monitoring it, and we will continue to keep you updated in the story as it progresses. Thank you again. Stay tuned to watch Eco Alert News for more on this rapid response to more invasive species. I'm Quinn, and we'll be back with more environmental news after this commercial break. And please have some grace because I'm sick and I'm tired, so.